Right now we got business to tend to. As the Go Teal walk's coming up this weekend, Coach Beth Torina in the house. Coach, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, always love having you on. I mean, for no other reason, we're the home of LSU softball here on Talk 107.3. So,
And a great home you are.
I'm
So
glad
thanks.
to be. Glad to be. Before we get into Go Teal, how's the team?
Well, it's been a little rough stretch, but we've been super competitive. I was just talking, we had a special guest speaker yesterday. Coach Paul Maneri called me and said, I want to talk to your team. I want to tell them about 08. I want to tell them about a rough patch. It's baseball and softball. You go through them. It's 56 games. He's like, and then our team won 23 straight. He's like, your team's so talented. They're going to do this too. So
you've got all the pieces there.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
No question. We need to get number 17 healthy. That would be helpful. But.
Yeah. So how many more weekends are there? Three. Okay. Wow.
We're in the home stretch, and we're really sitting in a good spot. Our RPI is still high. We're, sixth in RPI, which is, we're in a good spot. It's been a really good body of work. So this is a special team. I love this group.
Softball overall, Southeastern Conference is killing it. That makes it so much. It's softball and baseball, really. It makes it so much harder to look at an individual 3-game weekend series and be like, anywhere else you would assume, oh, sweet. But I mean, you're pulling 2 out of 3 from somebody last week in Auburn wasn't that great. But like, it's different here because the level of competition you've always got to be on.
Well, 12 of the 13 were in the postseason the last couple of years. We've had years where 13 of the 13 are in the final 64. So there is it's crazy. It's crazy. There is no off weekend. There is no moment where we're going to catch our breath with this team. We're going to get some people some playing time. Like, we're playing all out, full out every weekend.
Yeah. I mean, even baseball has Georgia and Missouri are kind of like, not so much this year. But
no, we've got everybody that'll be, a possibility to be in that final 64. So, that's year in, year out, year in, year out.
Go Teal coming up this weekend. I know this is very near and dear to your heart. Let's walk back to the beginning and start with why we do Go Teal at LSU.
Well, my mom is a survivor. So, I think I just wanted some way to spread awareness. There is no test for ovarian cancer, right? So you have to really know your body and know the symptoms. So I kind of made it a mission, like, let's go teach people symptoms of ovarian cancer. And all of a sudden, this awesome foundation was born where I thought I would be inspiring these women, and they've inspired me to do so much, and they've truly changed me. It's been an incredible journey. This year's Teal Walk on Saturday is on my mom's birthday. So we will be celebrating her with her out there. So that'll be great. And we have Mississippi State, who has been just so personally touched by this with the loss of Alex Wilcox, one of their players several years ago. Honestly, Alex is the reason why the entire SEC softball will be wearing teal all their games. Everything you turn on Saturday, the whole SEC will be in teal.
It's pretty cool to see that kind of movement behind it. Walk us through the day. What do we get? We get the walk early and then softball later.
The gates open at 9. The walk starts at 10. You can walk right up and register, or you can sign up at goteal.com, GEAUX, the only way to spell go, of course. If you can't make it out, sign up to walk from home. You can still support the cause. And then 7 o'clock, it's like my favorite moment of the whole year, the Teal game, where we recognize just women and survivors and their families on the field before the game. And then we will tow it up against Mississippi State.
When it comes to ovarian cancer, where are we right now? I mean, there are so many different cancers, all looking for a spot of attention, a spot of awareness, a spot of fundraising. Where are we in the battle?
I think it's a tough one. They call it the silent killer, just because it is symptoms that women have just on the daily. But when they start persisting over time, that's when you should have concern. But a lot of times it's just, you don't realize that you're carrying this thing around until you're pretty far into it. So we're seeing diagnosis in really late stages and things, and it's tough for women to battle through this. So just want to spread the word on what the symptoms are, and hopefully we can get some more early diagnosis.
Let's dive in. What are some of the symptoms?
Bloating, back pain, feeling full. It's really things that indigestion. I know that was one that my mom had, back pain and indigestion was one that kind of sent her to the doctor just unexplained. But it's really cramping, things that women feel already. That's why it is, just so tough to realize what's going on. And sorry, but women are tough. We're really tough. So we don't like to say that we have some problems when
I don't know why you have to preface that with an apology.
It's like the same concept. People are like, why can the girls throw pitch so much more than the boys? And I'm always like, well, because we're tougher than them, first of all.
Wait a minute. Hang on now.
And that's how I always start.
As a father of daughters, I stand by that. I dropped my daughter off at powerlifting this morning. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, no, continue with the you were saying women were tough. I interrupted you with the.
No, you're
uh,
good. You're good.
Continue.
I wanted you to interrupt me.
Yes.
I just think women have to be their own advocates a little bit, take care of their bodies, know when something's not right. And we've got to try to get a handle on this thing, save our moms and sisters and friends and aunts and, all the people we love.
Women are, if I can, and I promise I'm not taking this down the wrong path, but along with the toughness, there is a level of stubbornness, if not stubbornness, then self-neglect.
Yes.
That ends up on the table all the time. And if there's anything that angers me about my wife, it's she puts herself last.
Well, she's got to take care of you and everyone else.
I understand
in the world.
that. I understand that. But, you got to put yourself first if you're going to put anybody else first as well. If you're going to have anybody else in the mix, you got to be there for it. So there is a very serious call to action for women to say, hey, a little self-assessment, a little not neglecting, not ignoring things that are going on needs to be a priority.
Without question. And I remember it took a little bit for my mom to get diagnosed. She had to really be persistent and stay on them. Like, this is just not right. Like, I'm not feeling better. It's not getting better. And that's when I think there's cause for concern.
When it comes to research, where are we there? I mean, everything's about early identification, early diagnosis. But when it comes to research, where are we on that front?
Yeah, Teal has supported there's a few people doing it, but one of the main doctors is in the Atlanta area, and Teal has supported some of his research in this, but we need more. And that's, other than just giving grants to local women, we help out cancer services, women's wellness. That's where some of the funds are going for Teal, but we've also tried to be a part of this research piece as well.
As far as research is concerned, here in Baton Rouge, overall with cancer, we're not in a bad spot. I mean, between Our Lady of the Lake and Pennington, you got Mary Bird and One Oncology. Oxner's doing great stuff as well. There's a lot of attention being paid, a lot of resources being given to, but that is at the overall, and I pardon the phrasing here, that's at the overall cancer trough. Everybody within, from breast cancer to kidney cancer to ovarian cancer to prostate cancer, across the board, there is a struggle to say, hey, this matters too. And that's why Go Teal comes up. So
without question. And I think, we all know someone that's battling, right? I mean, We all know someone that's battling, and we've really tried to support all GYN cancers for women with this foundation too, because there's a real need, I think, for just awareness in this area, and it's just something that maybe women don't want to talk about, don't want to address. So we're putting it out there, putting it in the forefront. It really started because I looked at the 20 girls in front of me when my mom was diagnosed. I was at FIU, and I was like, well, I can teach these 20 girls the symptoms.
Sure.
Like, start here, start at home, right? So I made sure they knew the symptoms, and that's kind of where I went on this mission. I'll be sending a text to the SEC coaches today and saying, like, hey, wear your teal, but make sure in your pregame or postgame you're reminding them of these symptoms so they know.
Yeah. Absolutely. The why behind it is so huge. And being able to get that message out, especially I'm going to go back to the father-daughter thing for just a second, especially with where women's sports are right now in the social media space. You got a number of your players are on TikTok. I see them all the time. But this is a chance to go viral with the message, and hopefully you got an entire generation that knows full well before they get, before they're adults as to what they could be facing one day.
I think so. I mean, I think last year when the whole SEC wore the teal, we were talking about millions and millions of touches and views that we have throughout the platforms. I mean, you think about the power of SEC softball. We're playing on TV. Other schools are playing on ESPN on the day in their teal, and people ask why. And now all of a sudden we're getting this message spread, and that's the goal.
If folks want to help out financially, where can they go?
All the information is at www.goteal.com, GEAUX. Like I said, if you can't make it out, you can register to walk from home. If you want to just help the cause and donate, there's a link on there for that too.
Yeah, if you make the donation, nobody's coming to your house to make sure you actually physically walk. You can help out monetarily as well. And of course, coming out to Tiger Park this weekend, we're back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week, right?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got a little rain on Friday, but it's okay.
Yes.
We're well built for a doubleheader. We'll do what we got to do. We're going to win.
Would that affect the schedule for the walk if you got to push
so.
2 games behind it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll be in the morning, and then with the 7 p.m., we have plenty of time to get the other one in.
Saturday and Sunday are both supposed to be gorgeous. So Best of luck this weekend against State. Best of luck with the walk. She is LSU softball coach Beth Torina. We always appreciate you coming in, Coach.
Thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We got